Good morning, good afternoon, and good day. I'm Ms. Sagert, the principal here at the Ferguson Center, and we are happy to present our kindergarten roundup information for our upcoming 25-26 school year. Next year, we will be enjoying our fifth year at the Ferguson Center and welcoming our classes of 2038 and 2039. We do kindergarten roundup virtually so that every parent has the opportunity to learn about our program and what we offer, regardless of life schedules. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. In our presentation today, we'll cover the following items: an introduction to the current staff, administration, teachers, kindergarten eligibility information, young fives and kindergarten curriculum highlights, a daily schedule, end of day options, special days, ways to get school and district information, how to enroll, school of choice information, what your next steps are, and then what to do if you have questions and a very special invitation. So let's start with introductions. When you first enter our doors, the first staff you'll work with is our office staff. Behind the desk, you'll find Miss Denise, our administrative assistant, and Ms. Dawn and Ms. Maggie, our office aides and lunch and recess aides. All of our classroom teachers have been with us since the opening of our building. Our kindergarten teachers this year are Mr. Bevan, Ms. Flood, Mrs. Gray, Mrs. Miller, Mrs. Radabaugh, Mrs. Salinas, and Mrs. Wade. We have two Young Fives classrooms, and those are taught by Ms. Hinojosa and Ms. Kuhn. All of our students will know our specials teacher, Mrs. Fontaine, and our literacy coach and interventionist, Mrs. Strong. We have staff members that specialize in supporting our students' additional needs. Ms. Rachel, our behavior interventionist and resource room teacher, Ms. Lori, our speech teacher, Mrs. Waddell, our social worker, and Mr. Tarasi, our school psychologist. Our Young Fives classrooms all have classroom aides, Miss Jen and Miss Jill, and our building currently has independence aides, Miss B, Miss L, and Miss Molly. Ms. Monette and Mr. Darrell keep our building looking beautiful, and Miss Sarah keeps us well fed at breakfast and lunch. And supporting us all behind the scenes, we have our central office team, including our superintendent, Mr. Rowe. So now that you know everybody, let's talk kindergarten and Young Fives. Michigan law states that a child must be 5 years old on or before September 1st to enroll in kindergarten. Children who turn 5 between September 2nd and December 1st may attend kindergarten or Young Fives with a signed waiver form. In Michigan, children are required to begin school by age 6. Kindergarten is not compulsory. Typically, children who turn 5 between September 1st and December 1st are advised to take part in Young Fives or may be encouraged to take part in an additional year of preschool, and that's based on our kindergarten screener results. Waivers will need to be approved by Huron administration. At the Ferguson Center, everyone does pre-enroll for kindergarten, and then students are placed into kindergarten or our Young Fives program after we do our kindergarten readiness assessments or our kindergarten screener. While they may seem similar because the age is, there's a difference between kindergarten and Young Fives. In kindergarten, our focus is on the academic pieces of kindergarten, like counting to 100, adding and subtracting, reading and talking about stories, increasing vocabulary and strengthening fine and gross motor skills, while reinforcing the social skills that students are coming in with. Young Fives does touch on some basic kindergarten skills, but at a slower pace and with the additional support of a classroom aide. Social skills are taught and reinforced depending on the needs of the students, and basic fine and gross motor skills are also taught and reinforced. There are times during the kindergarten process or kindergarten enrollment process that if a student is not at kindergarten age without a waiver and is not ready for our Young Fives or kindergarten program, we may recommend an additional year of preschool or attending preschool for the first time if they haven't already. In preschool, the skills that our students come in with are explicitly taught, and students begin to learn how to explore their own learning and become excited about being a kindergarten student. This is something that we'll discuss with parents. It won't be a surprise, and it'll be a one-on-one conversation once we've met your child. So now that we know this information, let's talk about a school day at Ferguson. Looking at our day of school, we start with arrival. We have 3 options for arriving to school: parent drop-off, busing, and before school care. And we do have students that utilize all of these options. Once the students have arrived, their day starts with breakfast in the cafeteria if they choose, announcements with the Pledge of Allegiance, birthdays being announced. We do half birthdays for our students that celebrate in the summer, a joke of the day, and morning work. Our students learn all core subjects and have a specials class once a day. Kindergarten students and Young Five students have STEM, PE, art, library, and music. Students have lunch in the cafeteria and two 15-minute recesses, one after lunch and one in the morning or afternoon, depending on what time their special is. And finally, our dismissal runs from 3:40 to 3:55 on full days and 11:55 to 12:10 on half days. Our end of the day looks a lot like the beginning of the day. We have three options for departing school: parent pickup, busing, and after school care. After school care and before school care are paid programs, and those aren't offered within our building. Those are offered next door in the Sunnyside building. The Ferguson Center loves a celebration, and especially one that includes a dance party, which we do multiple times a year. Here are some examples of celebrations that we have throughout the year. In the beginning of the year, you will get a list of activities that we invite parents to participate in, so you can join in on the fun. Those activities might include center work in the classroom, volunteering for a field trip, or even our giant field day extravaganza at the end of the year. Communication is the most important piece for all of us at the Ferguson Center. We have multiple forms of communication, and they all have different reasons. Our main form here that we use to communicate back and forth with families is Classroom Dojo. This is our way to get information from and to you and your child's teacher or administration quickly. It's what we use to alert families in a timely manner. So Mr. Rowe will make an all call for a snow day, and then one of us will post it on the dojo for everyone to see. If weather is severe and we need parents to not stay in the car, but to come out and get their child, this will be announced on Classroom Dojo. If there are volunteer opportunities, this will be announced on Classroom Dojo. The list goes on and on. So Classroom Dojo is a free app that you download and that you can use to communicate back and forth. We also have our website, our social media, which we encourage you to follow, and as always, phone and email are fast ways to reach the school. And what most of you have been waiting for is, how do I enroll for kindergarten? The pre-enrollment begins March 17th. So as a reminder, like I said earlier, everyone pre-enrolls for kindergarten, and then they're placed in Young Fives based on those screening results, which includes input from you, the parent. To pre-enroll your child for the Ferguson Center, you can go to the district or our website to fill out the online pre-enrollment forms and upload the necessary paperwork. If you live out of district, but within Wayne County, and you're looking to apply for school of choice, all new incoming Ferguson students that reside out of district will need to apply for school of choice for the 25-26 school year, even if the siblings are already enrolled in a Huron building. So beginning April 28th, you can submit your school of choice form found online via the web form or Dropbox outside of central office. School of choice applications are due by May 16th to the central office to be entered into the raffle. Spots are limited. A reminder that just because you have filled out pre-enrollment, that does not count as your school of choice application. You need to do this in addition. So what do you do now? First, you fill out the pre-enrollment on the website. Second, you'll get an email from our office inviting you to sign up for a testing day and a survey to fill out beforehand. If you are out of district, you're also going to want to fill out that school of choice paperwork. And then thirdly, all of those documents that you uploaded in the pre-enrollment, make sure you have those originals. You'll bring those with you when you come to the school office for your child's testing day or kindergarten assessment day. And if at any time during this process you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help you. You can email Miss Denise in the office, or you can give the office a call at area code 734-984-1330. And before you sign off to start your paperwork, mark your calendars for our annual open house. It will be on May 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. It's a perfect time to tour the school in a casual atmosphere and get the feel of the Ferguson Center. It's a great time for the whole community with food trucks available to purchase dinner and dessert and our book fair running. So thank you for your time, and we look forward to working with you and your child during the upcoming school year.